Welcome back, everybody, to another All the Mods 9 Minecraft video. My name is JawshyGG, and as seen in the last video, we did finish creating our heat generator for our jetpack once we get that kind of finalized here. So we're going to jump over here to the unnamed waypoint, and we're actually going to break it. And I'm going to check, I just have an empty map in here. And the reason for this is so that when we go back into our, I actually need more, can I do that? Okay, okay. When I go back into the mines, I'm actually going to set up a nice little, well, waystone in there so I can just teleport back and forth. I'm going to make 2 more of these. Do need to go get more trees soon, I believe. I think I said that last video as well. But I am going to make 2 more iron pickaxes, specifically just so that I at least have them ready. And now we're going to head back to our beautiful mine, which is to our this way. I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go back down here. Okay. The reason is because I don't want to go in the water. The water scares me now after that first video. After that first death, I should say, not first video. But we just got to go back this way now. Should be pretty easy to find where we were. We just got to kind of run through and hope that we can make it there before nighttime. I'm sure we will, though. Maybe. Just casually just strolling through, and I'm probably not going to make it there before nighttime, now that I think about it. But yeah, so we're going to continue looking for redstone, and specifically so we can make the wooden jetpack. And then utilizing that wooden jetpack, we'll be able to upgrade it to an iron one or the next tier up upon finishing it. So we just got to be kind of proficient with it and make sure it works efficiently. Let's see what you got for trade here, buddy. You have a totem of undying too. I don't know if it's worth it, though, since I'm not playing hardcore. Like, while it would be beneficial to have, I don't know if I'm, you know, okay enough right now to be spending 10 emeralds. Rhinoceros kind of scared me, I'm not going to lie. I thought it was a rock. Don't ask questions, okay? All right. Regardless, I thought, with it being normal, I'm not too worried about dying, and I feel like 10 emeralds is quite a bit just for... Is this where I was? This is not where I was, right? Or was it this one up here? I don't remember which one I was at. I don't think it was this one. We're gonna go in here, though, and hope that we can find where we were. I don't actually remember which one I was in. Okay, this is fine. If I go low enough, I should be able to see kind of where I was. No, I was over here. I don't actually remember how I got over there then. Huh, interesting. Anyway, that's fine. We can go ahead and start, actually, what is that? Glow lichen? 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 Not lichen? Lichen? Okay. Doggo is making a bunch of noise. That is fine. There's some nickel. Some iron right here, so that's good. Yeah, dog is going crazy with the cat right now, trying to play with her, and the cat wants nothing of it. Wants nothing to do with it. So this is obviously deep slate. Duh. Yes, Josh, this is deep slate, indeed. I don't know how deep this goes. I don't know if I got really, I would say unlucky. Okay, so this actually takes me down into a bigger cave system. So we're going to stick around in here, and we're just going to kind of mine around this area. We're going to make ourselves a little little section down here, probably in the deep slate, because I feel like I'll have a better chance of finding more redstone in the deep slate than I would in other areas. But of course, I run into gravel right there, which is wonderful. Okay, that works. This will be our little, I guess, small little base of operations down here. Maybe we could do that. And then we could just throw the cobble deep slate right there. Cover all the holes. So we just have this one little section right here that we can kind of mine through and use as our base of ops. Sorry, I had to check to make sure dog wasn't doing anything dog wasn't supposed to be doing. Dog's not doing anything dog's not supposed to be doing. She's just laying there. She's being a good girl. Platinum, we got some copper. Okay, so now we're going to go down a little bit more. And that brings us right over here. So we're not going to go down that way. We're going to go down. Let's go down this way. Doesn't help me. Journey map is useless. Okay, so we'll go down this way. Should be fine. Got some silver. We'll just go ahead and grab all that. And then boom, redstone. Looky there. What is that? Deep slate arcane crystal. Interesting. Never heard of arcane crystal. That's kind of strange. All right, so we'll plop this right there and we'll name it mine area. And then now we can go to our temp home. We can grab all of this stuff and see if we can possibly make our jetpack now. So we need one more thruster. The thruster requires 3 basic coils. One, okay, I forgot I have to do it individually. Do that and that. 1, 2, 1, 2. Wait, I only need I only need 2 more for this part at least. And then a furnace. And then now we can make ourselves our second thruster. And I think we should have everything we need for the jetpack. Beautiful. Don't mind what I'm doing here. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my laziness. All right, I don't need y'all to be sassy about this, okay? Okay, so now this will charge up basically to the 20,000 FE. And now we can take these out of here. So now we go back into our quest book. Eventually it'll load. There we go. Beautiful. And I don't actually think there is. So on okay, cool. Oh, it's right here. So you can see right there. I actually don't know. Interesting, because it has a check mark right there. I don't know how to start this. You know what I mean? Huh. It says 0%, but there's a check mark, so that's a little strange. Anyway, so we have a jetpack now that is fully charged at 20,000 FE, which 20,000 FE is really not that much. But let's take a look at what we would need to make the tier up, which is I guess the copper one. It would require the copper thrusters, copper capacitor, which copper capacitor requires a bunch of stuff too, which I think we're good in terms of copper. Yeah, we have quite a bit of copper. This does still take redstone and the basic coils. So that might be something that we do once we actually get some storage capability set up. Because as much as I really, really want a better jetpack to be able to fly around and all that good stuff, I'd also like to be able to let me see, options, controls, keybinds, jetpack. We're going to change that back to what I had it in my other one. I guess not. No. Interesting. Okay. What is this? Okay. Cool. Sheesh. Okay. So Jetpack's not letting me turn it on. What mod is that under? Iron Jetpacks. Okay. So we'll go back to our options, controls, keybinds, category, Iron Jetpacks. Okay. Toggle engine V. Okay. You see how quickly that went down from 20K to 1.9 or 19K. So it does take a little bit of time, but let's go ahead and go to sleep here. We do have the capability of just utilizing the power or the heat generator to repower it as we go. But we're going to go back to the mine area here, and I'm going to look around, make sure there's nothing that's kind of snuck their way down in here with me. And we're going to continue the excavation for more material, more items, because we're absolutely going to need more resources to be able to continue on with our current strategy. And really, I mean, the jetpack is nice and all, but the jetpack is really just the beginning of what we're going to be doing moving forward. So hopefully you guys are ready. It's going to be a lot, and I'm really interested to see how far we can get and how much we can do. But I do need to continue looking around outside, find a good area to settle in, because at the end of the day, if we're able to find a decent enough area to kind of settle down and get ourselves some, well, you know, get ourselves some, what's the phrase? Some stuff started, like the storage and general power stuff. I feel like that would be beneficial. Because really, the power is going to be the big piece first. Power and storage really are the two like major categories that I really need to work on sooner rather than later. So we got some uranite right there, we got some nickel right there, and some iron up there, which we're going to snag this iron. I know we don't really need it because we do have that iron farm, but I'd rather have more than enough than not enough. I know in my All the Mods 8 playthrough, we have far too much iron. We had far too much iron, but iron is utilized in quite a few different recipes that are going to be kind of critical for, especially late game, but it's not necessarily going to be something that is, what's the phrase, as critical, okay, yeah, it's not going to be as critical as, like, let's say diamond and things like that, but our tools are going to require a lot of iron early game for sure. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of set up a, like a little strip mine area where I can start strip mining and looking for diamond. Because we're kind of in that zone right now, which we could technically do that. Oh, not that one, this one. We could technically do that pretty close to where we're at. Obviously, we have to be mindful of lava. That'll, I think, will be okay as of right now. But I'm sure that things will work out. But yeah, so we're gonna just kind of try to set up a little bit of a strip mine area, see if we can get some more diamond. Of course, I found diamond multiple times when I wasn't actually looking for it last couple videos. So we'll see how much more we can find as of right now. But doing this strip mine stuff could help. I'm not a big fan of strip mining because it can be very boring, very monotonous, because you waste in all honesty, you waste a lot of resources strip mining. In all honesty, like until we get all the Modium pickaxe, we're going to be wasting a lot of resources doing these mining expeditions, because, well, you know, mining is, you know, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. Cool. Okay. Obviously, we want as many prosperity shards as we can get early game, so we can kind of work that towards creating the creative essence sooner rather than later. not doing what I did in my All the Mods 8 series and forgetting or not realizing that it was as easy as it was. I didn't have to have as many prosperity shards as my crafting recipe required or said I needed. My auto crafting set I needed. If you don't recall that, basically what happened was I was using my auto crafting to try to find the amount of prosperity shards and everything that I would need to that's a big old cavern, big old hole. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now I'm assuming that wall looks way too straight to be a natural thing. Granted, these pillars right here kind of look interesting. I have a feeling that we're probably close to an area that has some type of deep slate. I am muting that because I do not know who that phone number is. They can leave a voicemail if it's important. I dislike it when people call me after 4:30 because typically I'm off work by then, and that's pretty much all I get calls is my work phones. So yeah, we'll head back to the house. We'll drop some of this stuff off. We'll go ahead and throw some copper into the furnace because I only actually have one. And then we'll kind of start looking at potential areas for the potential areas for a new home base. So obviously there's a lot that we'll have to do to go to a new home base. It does suck. We'll have to, transfer all of the stuff that we currently have over there. Luckily, packing tape exists, and packing tape is extremely beneficial. If you've never used packing tape in this game, it is, oh my goodness gracious, it is very, very useful. Ocean creeper, ocean creeper, ocean creeper, shrimp, dolphin, bunch of shrimp congregating, yellow carpenter bee, ocean creeper, drowned. There's a lot of places around here that would probably be nice. But I think, like I was saying in a previous video, I think it would probably be smart to kind of move a little bit further away from spawn, do more exploration, get more, just do more basically, rather than just kind of sticking in one place, Like in my All the Mods 8 series, I pretty much stuck close to the spawn point. So now we don't have hover on. I do not have hover on. Fortunately, I gotta change that keybind. But you see, I haven't really used that much of it, and I'm already down to 17,000. So the jetpack definitely is a definitely gonna need the upgrade the jetpack pretty soon. So we'll just leave that off for the time being and only use it when we really need it, which I don't think we'll really need it anytime soon, but you never know. So yeah, that's weird. Okay. Heard zombies right there, but they must have been underground. Yeah, so we'll keep kind of rolling around, but the goal is to pretty much find a nice kind of open space that we can build another temporary base. I mean, I call it a temporary base because the end goal for this series is to have my base in the mining dimension. I kind of realized late into my All the Mods 8 series that would probably be the best place to have my base. Setting up wireless charging is one thing. Setting up a capability to be able to communicate to my storage solutions is another thing that I feel would be extremely beneficial early game. So having like my wireless range for my crafting, my network, and all that is going to be pretty critical. I will absolutely be doing what I can to make sure that we are that we're taking care of for the most part. I know that that probably doesn't make any sense right now, but I guess the best way to put it is I just need to make sure that everything I have can fit into a small location. And then once I'm ready to move, once I get to the mining dimension, I feel at that point I am pretty much just going to move everything over at that point. So that's basically what I'm trying to say is once I'm able to, I'm going to move everything I have, everything I can to the mining dimension, because that is absolutely where I want to be, have my base, just because I feel like it would be more convenient that way. But you know, I'm just going to stop rambling now because I feel like I'm rambling way too much. It's hard to come up with topics to talk about when you're really not the brightest person. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I fell in the oil. Okay, that's fine. It was very sticky, very nasty. And then basically what we'll do for the time while it's nighttime is probably, there are mobs that way I really don't feel like dealing with. I don't know what they were, but probably what I'll do during nighttime is go underground and do some mining and resource collection just to kind of get something. We're over in a area where there is sand, so this is orange sandstone, so we can actually just go down right here. Oh boy. I do have another pickaxe. Good. Okay. So blood moon. This is not a good time to have a blood moon when I'm out and about and I can't use the home command. That's fine. We'll tough it out for the evening. I don't really know what the magnetite block does, but I think I looked it up once or twice already. I don't remember. Over the camera, see what she's doing in there. Is she chewing on the freaking cat tree? She is straight up chewing on the cat tree right now. I have the weirdest dog in existence. Sorry, I had to yell at her for a second. Yell at her to stop chewing on the cat stand. Or the cat tree. I actually need to move the cat tree. I put my cat stuff in my guest bedroom. I have a 3-bedroom house, so I moved her stuff into the guest bedroom so that I didn't have to have her using the litter box right behind me. Pretty much did that as soon as my roommate was out of the house. My old roommate was out of the house. So, yeah. What is this? Sulfur. Sulfur will be extremely useful as it will... Okay. That's exactly what I want to hear out there. Is this already sulfur dust? So it doesn't come in sulfur clunks? So sulfur dust is utilized for some of the different machines to get into sulfuric acid, which is used to create a variety of different things. The most important one, of course, being the beautiful antimatter pellet, which obviously we have a long ways to go for that, but it will provide a lot of different... It'll be useful to have. So, goals for this series. I know that this is pretty early on to say, but for the most part, the biggest goal I have for this series is to get to the mining dimension relatively quickly, because you can see it's under the beginning right here, teleportation pad. Once I get my first allomodium or turn it into allomodium shards or nuggets, I can create a teleport pad. There's actually a third dimension in here now. The Into the Beyond. Actually, they don't have the Beyond in the Mod 8, I don't think. Ugh. But a big reason why I want to have why I want to do the mining dimension, do my base in the mining dimension, is because the mining dimension is so much more convenient. You don't have to worry about mobs and nighttime and all that. Anyway, situated past the edge of the inn is the Beyond, a completely unvoidable space for those builders that want a lot of clear area to work with. Similar to the overworld Nether, there is a block ratio of 1 to 50 for the inn Beyond. Huh. Wait. We past the edge. Completely unavoidable space. So I have interesting. Do some research on that. So there's archaeology in this now. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry. I really just want to look at and kind of get a feel for the different mods that are in this mod pack compared to what was in the other mod pack. Oresite potions are going to be extremely useful to when we're looking for like uranium and that kind of stuff. All the modium is not going to be difficult to get once we get to the mining dimension. That's going to be one of the first things I do. And a big thing that I am going to do pretty quickly on is begin the creation of the Chunk Destroyer. If you remember if you watch my All the Mods 8 series, I made this, I want to say rather early on, and I used it quite a bit. But utilizing a Chunk Destroyer with a level 7 Dank, or Dank 7, which requires Nether Stars. Or well, maybe it was a Dank 6. I don't remember if it was a... Sorry, I sneezed. Ugh. I don't remember if it was a Dank 7 or Dank 6, but... Oh, yeah, it was a Dank 7. You can see the stack limit is ridiculous. Like, you can stack millions of items of one singular item into the Dank 7, and utilizing the Dank 7 or even multiple Dank 7s with a singular Chunk Destroyer with a large area kind of setup is really, really a good way to go about collecting a lot of resources, which actually, that's a good idea. I will set up a Chunk Destroyer with a very large radius, and in my All the Mods 8, I would set up a Chunk Destroyer with a very large radius and connect 2 Danks to it, so it will push to both of the Danks, so I'm not completely destroying my network every single time I use the quarry. But it's, I don't know. I would personally recommend, if anybody, if you're playing all the mods, get the Chunk Destroyer as quickly as you can. But that's just me. Okay. So now, once you've gathered some redstone, you'll be able to get started making power. Generator augment. This converts a furnace from the iron furnace mod to smelt down items into power. Oh. Oh. So I don't have enough coal to really want, and I probably should get started in power, but I don't have enough coal to get started in the coal generation aspect. I don't, like, when you look at this, if you push shift, you can see this one only does 60 RF FE. I don't know what the generator augment does for that. I don't think I have any of these either, which just might just be okay. I do have some tough and deep slate. I don't know. Obviously, I'll have to do that so I can start looking at these other aspects, other areas. Let's see. Teleportation's kind of critical. I haven't created my own waystone yet, so whoops. Archaeology is a brand new feature for MC1 v1.20 that allows a player to find items inside of suspicious blocks like sand and gravel. These blocks can be found in various structures like warm ocean ruins, desert pyramids, desert wells, and the brand new trail ruins. To uncover an item from a suspicious block, you need to create a brush to brush away the block to unveil the item. Obviously, you get like specific trim armor traits and everything, but you also get what's called a sniffer. To find this egg, you'll need to brush away suspicious sand in War Motion ruins. You can place this egg into the world and it will slowly hatch into a snifflet. This item takes around 20 minutes to hatch normally, but can be placed on a moss block to double the hatch speed, taking only 10 minutes to hatch. The snifflet will eventually grow into an adult sniffer that can sniff up items like torch flower seeds and pitcher pods. When they wander over blocks they can dig in. You can breed 2 adult sniffers by using torch flowers. So these are the sniffers right here. Is this what won the mob vote? Interesting. So yeah. Yeah, so this will be important as well. Mine Dimension is a great place for mining. Who knew? It's a flat world, several layers. No, vibranium and unobtainium can't be found here, so you can just find all the modium there, which is fine. All the modium is really what we need early game. And of course, bees is going to be critical to do decent resource collecting. I know that I'm pretty much just, I'm waiting for, let's see if I can use the home command. I can, sweet. Okay, cool. I wanted to wait so I could use the home command because I really wasn't going to be looking for much. I'll figure it out later. I'm just trying to get an idea for what all we need to do. Obviously, getting more diamonds is a necessity. We only have 11 right now, which is not enough to make a full set of armor. And then, of course, we need to go to the Nether to find netherite and get a netherite template, which is this is what confuses me. You get a smithing template for a netherite upgrade, and then you use a smithing template for netherite upgrade to make 2 smithing templates. It's weird. So hoglins will drop smithing templates, and netherite scrap. They have a higher chance of dropping the netherite. Okay, cool. So they have a higher chance of dropping this one than they do snout armor trim. That's good. That's cool. I'll do like that. You can also use the occult ritual with 2 netherrack, 3 raw pork chops, a spirit attuned crystal, some leather, and some netherite scrap with a book of bindings Afrit to create a singular. Summon possessed hoglin. That's cool. I don't know if I would do that. But doesn't hurt to try, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that I do plan to do here. And it's going to take some time. Let's see what the chunks look like. We have 25 chunks possible. We'll see what happens. But pretty much I'm just at this point right now where I'm trying to kind of gauge what I want to do first. If I want to really dive into the power aspect, or if I want to focus on kind of building up my mystical agriculture, or if I want to focus on the mechanism side of things. Obviously, for mechanism, you absolutely need power first and foremost, but with power comes great responsibility. Sorry, wrong. So I don't know if I want to start off with the power aspect of things or work towards building up a simplistic storage solution. Of course, one of the things that we will need to do here soon is work towards getting a backpack. Obviously, a backpack, the traveler's backpack is nice, but getting the sophisticated backpack will allow us to upgrade that to a netherite backpack in the future, which provides a ridiculous amount of slots. We can do the same thing with our individual chests. And this right here is likely what I will start out with when I start building my home base, my temporary home base, because I can technically connect these into our system, our network system, I believe on both the AE2 as well as the refined storage side. So I'll just have to figure out a good solution for that aspect. As for applied energistics, I said early on that I was going to try to focus on this. I'm likely not going to. I'm much more inclined to continue working through refined storage. I personally enjoy refined storage. I will do an AE2 setup eventually, but there's so much more that goes into doing AE2 just because of the Certus crystals and the fluics, that I need to just make sure that I'm mentally prepared. So what I will likely do is start with a refined storage, simple storage solution, and then go into my mystical agriculture, go basically do what I can to get to this point right here where I can make Certus quartz seeds and some. I think it's over here. Or is it in a different? No, it's not over here. Maybe it is in this one. I thought it was. So really making Certus quartz seeds. So these bad boys right here, as well as fluic seeds. These bad boys right here. So they're tier 4s. So they would be in this one right here. But once I get to that point, I think I'll feel more comfortable doing more AE2 stuff. It's just I really don't want to be running around trying to find a whole bunch of meteorites to get more Certus crystals. So as we move on, I will start with doing our refined storage. Again, a simple solution for it, just a simple storage network. And then once we get to the point to where we have enough Certus crystals, I can actually start building out the applied energistics 2, likely when we move to the mining dimension and start building our actual base in the mining dimension. I do have plans to teach myself and try to learn a little bit more about building so I can become a little bit more proficient with it, so I can feel a lot more comfortable with it. But for the time being, just expect a rectangular building with pretty much absolutely no decent building throughout the series. So yeah, with that being said, I didn't really do too much this episode. I primarily just did a bunch of talking, which I am perfectly okay with. I know that you guys probably are okay with it as well. Mostly just so that we can kind of get an idea for what options we need to look into early on. There's a lot to do, and I am very much going to work through with what I can. So hopefully you guys are willing to provide some feedback to me so I can continue kind of just branching out and getting as much done as I can, as quickly as I can. All the feedback works wonders and makes me so much happier, makes things go by so much smoother when you guys provide that feedback. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so very much for watching this series so far. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope you guys do enjoy the continued episodes that we do make throughout the next couple of weeks, months, or however long it takes. But my name is JawshyGG, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Take care now.